conversation, real casual.
Yeah.
We going? All right, the Stanley Cup is in town. Hopefully it comes back here in about a month. That's what we're hoping here in St. Louis. But I've got Howie Borrow, the keeper of the Stanley Cup, here live on Facebook. It's, this is this is pretty awesome. How long have you been following the Stanley Cup around?
This is my 10th summer now with the soon-to-be presenting to the winning team, so it's been a lot of fun along the way.
How in the world does somebody become the keeper of the Stanley Cup?
I was just very fortunate. I started working at the Hall of Fame back in 2004 as a volunteer, and as things happened along the way, I started doing other things, and then 10 years ago I was asked if I wanted to start traveling with this, and it's been an amazing experience.
So when was the Stanley Cup first awarded?
1893.
1893.
Yeah, it was just a bowl back then, and since time, has elapsed, and they started adding, the engravings to it. It's changed shapes over the years into the present shape it is now.
So they've had to take off rings, right?
Yes.
Where are those rings? Do those exist at the Hall of Fame right now?
Yeah, the Hall of Fame has 3 bands now that have been removed. So every 13 years, when the bottom band is filled now, they remove the top one. Everything gets moved up one level. Brand new blank one on the bottom, and then this is retired to the Hall of Fame.
Come get a little closer here for just a second. Show people up a little close.
So what's on these bands is the players' names, owners, coaches, equipment managers, trainers, anybody that's really part of the hockey operations of the team when they win.
So you saw the reaction of all of the people who ran over here when they saw it wheel through. Why do you think this trophy, more than like any other trophy, just inspires people to, oh my God, I got to get a look at it, I got to see it?
I think it's just the history. It's all the other trophies are brand new every year, whereas this one is recycled. And the history of the players that have held this trophy, all the way back to like Maurice Richard or Gordie Howe, Bobby Orr, Wayne Gretzky, and it just on and on to the present day. Alexander Ovechkin. It's just the people that have held it. It's the same trophy. It's pretty amazing to see the engravings from the early 1900s all the way to present. It's just one of those things. It's very iconic, and people. They see it on TV, they don't get a chance to see it live, and when they finally do, they just want to gravitate towards it.
So last year, the Capitals right there, it was their first in franchise history.
Yes.
What was the reception like for maybe the town, the players, everybody knowing it was their first? Were you there?
I was. It was amazing. The fans, we were there for the parade, and it was just a sea of red. It was amazing. They really support their team. For the players, it's always great when they win it, especially for the first time. Something they've worked hard for their entire lives, and for them to finally, be able to carry it and know that their name will be engraved on it for the rest of the time, it's something pretty special for them.
Have you been through St. Louis before with the Stanley Cup?
I have actually, yes. I was actually here with a player back in 2013, playing for the Blackhawks, and he brought her home.
Okay.
That was Brandon Bollig,
yeah.
Yes. And then I was here for the NHL Centennial too, when we traveled to all the various NHL cities, promoting the 100th anniversary of the league, and we brought the cup along, as well as we had some fan fest activities too.
When you come to St. Louis, what do fans really say to you or anything like that? Because we've never got to call this our own for a year. Is anybody superstitious or anything like that when you bring it by?
Yeah, fans are superstitious. They don't want to touch it because they don't want to jinx their team. But they're always hoping that one day they will get a chance to celebrate with it, and it would be amazing to be able to see this for the fans too, and the players, because the franchise has been around a long time, and it's always nice to see somebody win it for the first time.
So you go on some of these player visits. Okay, this is probably your most asked question. What's like the craziest thing you've seen on some of these player visits to their hometowns or wherever they decide to take it?
Yeah, it is one of the most asked questions. What the players do, though, is they celebrate with it. They have a lot of fun. They'll eat out of it, drink out of it. I've seen things like spaghetti and chicken wings, pierogies, cereal, ice cream. They drink beer and champagne and stuff out of it. They'll also put food in there for the kids with the cereals or juices and milk and stuff like that. But they'll take scenic shots depending on where they live, and shots of mountains and stuff like that, or special monuments or whatever within the city. But they just really want to share it with their family and friends. So as much as there is a big celebration with it, it's still very much respected.
I've seen some people put babies in it. Do they do that a lot too?
They do. That's one of the probably the most favorite photos that anybody can take. We've had babies as young as 97 minutes in the bowl. But they're great for Christmas photos, for family photos, and you know, it's just a lot of fun to be able to participate like that.
So hockey players can get a little wild. How do you make sure this thing stays in one piece over the years? I'm sure that's been a challenge for all the keepers of the cup.
Yeah, well, that is our job, is to be able to look after it like that. So we're the ones that travel with it every day. We clean it to make sure it's properly looked after, and you know, we're there to, you know, we're in the background when we're there with the players. We're not there to be around all the time, but we're answering questions with the fans, and they want to know more of the history about the cup and hear maybe some of our stories, but we also want to hear their stories. And it's just our job just to make sure that it is looked after, because we want to be able to bring it to the next player in the same condition we brought it to that player. So that's just part of our job.
What is your favorite part of your job and getting to take this everywhere? What's the one thing you like the most?
Just being able to see the reaction of the fans. Everywhere we go, and we're very fortunate for this, is that everybody has a smile on their face. So when you see someone who has an opportunity to see the cup for the first time, and you know, they have an opportunity to be able to touch it, maybe give it a kiss or a hug, it's very special for them. And you know, it's just fun for us, because we enjoy traveling around all over the place to be able to present this and show it off, and we're proud of our sport, and this is probably the greatest trophy in professional sports, and you know, we love to be able to show it off.
So where is it going to be while you're in St. Louis? Do you know for sure?
Well, we're doing a media tour right now to promote the playoffs, so we're going to a bunch of various, you know, TV stations, radio spots too. Tonight we're going to be to the public.
Ballpark Village, right? It's
yeah.
going to be at Ballpark Village tonight.
Yeah, probably from, I think, around 6:30 until the end of the first period, so that'll be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, there'll be watch parties at Ballpark Village are always nuts. I can't even imagine what it's going to be like if the Stanley Cup is there. Howie, thanks for stopping by and
thanks
chatting
for having
a little
us.
bit. Hopefully you're back here in a month or so with this, and we get to hang on to it for a little while.
Thank you.
Stop it.